Hello again guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Comic Kid here again, and today we have our first retro toy review from an all-new segment we're starting here on the channel. Basically what happened was I went to visit my mom and she said take all your toys, and so I just got a bunch of like classic toys, DC, Marvel, Transformers type stuff that I hope to talk about here on the channel and share with you guys. And so we're actually gonna start here with a Mattel Batmobile. Now I had to do some research on this. I actually couldn't find Mattel printed anywhere on this thing. It really only just had the trademark for DC Comics. But it is Mattel. I believe it came out in 2003, and then while I was doing some research I actually found that it was recalled. I don't know if this particular model was the one that was recalled or not, but essentially the plastic bits up here and kind of on the back were too hard of plastic, and I guess they were hurting children. And so I don't know if my parents knew that and just had already bought it, or if they just didn't care, in all honesty, but here it is. Now this does predate the Mattel DC Universe Classics line. Basically they did their own Batman stuff beforehand, but as y'all can see, it's actually kind of detailed. I'm always kind of surprised to see Mattel put this much work into something, especially given their struggles towards the end there, but you can kind of see there's a Batman emblem imprinted right there. The paint on this thing actually looks incredible, and you can even see some mechanical parts sculpted into the thing there. And then arguably more impressive is the individual machinery on the engines there, as y'all can see. And so to see such detail coming from Mattel especially, that's always kind of a welcome surprise. And then again, I do apologize, this is not my usual set. Again, this is too big a toy to fit there, so this is my back door again. Now, because this is so old and it sat in my closet for years, even after I moved out, I don't think any particular weight was on it, but this wing has started to bend in and bow a little, but it is some pretty hard plastic. I could definitely see this being a legit danger to some kids. Now, this is not a remote control car or anything, but it does actually still come with several cool features. Obviously, you have the missile that fires, just kind of a bat-shaped emblem one there. And then the wheels themselves actually move, although the front ones do not turn in any way. So there is that. And then arguably the more impressive feature is that this back piece here actually pops out. You can see it's got those small little holes. Well, perhaps you can't see, but it's got these small little holes that help kind of snap it in there. And then a removable clip if you want to have it without that, but that clip just holds your Batman figure. And I believe this is also from the Mattel line. I could be wrong, but it doesn't quite fit with the cape, but essentially there you have it. Now we'll set that aside for a minute. The other thing is that these bits up here come undone and fold up. You have a seat belt down in there that is completely detachable and fits your Batman. Now, as y'all can also see, there's like hardly any sculpting or whatnot there. It is still very dusty. I did what I could to get it off, but there's only so much you can do when it's been sitting there for almost 2 decades. But I do want to come to the back here, and I guess this was the greatest selling point for this Batmobile. Not only do you have a, again, pretty well sculpted engine, but you have a Robin detachable motorcycle, and it's got these like cool little wings here to help balance him out, and yeah. Now the Batmobile itself does look a little awkward without this extra bit, but I still think that's pretty cool. You do have some extra engine sculpting down there, not terribly much on the bottom, and same deal, that opens up for you to put a Robin figure in there. And then when you're done, just snaps back in. Now, as far as some action figure vehicles go, I actually think this is one of the stronger ones, especially from Mattel, all things considered. Granted, it doesn't measure up to their Justice League Batmobile that they did for the movie, but you know, that's many, many years later, and so they definitely had a lot to improve upon there. But I definitely think this is actually a really strong Batmobile, and it's got some wonderful shelf presence. And even in relation to some of the more recent, like McFarlane vehicles, I actually think this holds up pretty well against stuff like that. Now, that is all I have to say about this. I do applaud Mattel's work, especially given that this was before some of their more popular DC stuff. And I do think it's a shame that they weren't able to keep up kind of the same quality as time went on, but I do love this Batmobile. I have a lot of good memories playing with this thing, and when I was going through some of my stuff at my mom's house, I just could not get rid of this guy. But that is everything for today. Thank you guys for watching. I am super excited to share some other like classic early 2000s toys with y'all. So stay tuned, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I will see y'all again real soon.